very upsetting to me because, as you know, I have agreed to debate Charlie Kirk. He is the leader, the president of Turning Points USA. Turning Points USA, of course, is the organization that funnels millions of dollars into college student government races so that a Republican reactionary wins. This is a legit organization just doing what everybody anticipates should happen with college and university elections. That is millions of dollars of outside money being poured in so that they can win it. And to hear something like this is very upsetting and surprising because apparently the Miami New Times received messages. It's just very hard to find loyal people these days. That the Florida chapter at Florida International University, they had a chat group called TPUSA FIU, fun, on which they were told to avoid, let me quote here, just avoid saying the N-word and don't reference Richard Spencer too much, and don't.
I like the pragmatism of that.
Yeah.
You're social restraint, guys.
Yeah. And don't Jew hate just 'cause all the time.
Right.
In other words, listen, your Jew hate should have a reason and it shouldn't happen all the time because that gets boring.
It should be like, let's have a thoughtful conversation about how Jews control the media, but don't always go on about how much you hate their holidays.
To be fair, when we all start our Slack groups or our Discord groups, that's one of the first things that we say. Don't forget, don't be openly racist. Don't Jew hate just 'cause. But there's also a little more. Now, I don't mind the sexual innuendo. But one member of the group posted a meme featuring a brown Pepe the Frog, which is, of course, the alt-right's mascot. And this guy happens to be raping a Swedish woman while another brown Pepe holds a gun to a man's head, as you can see, a white person. And
this still does not make any sense. So this is too normalized that we could even be having this conversation. But they're doing a lot of things here in addition to being racist and misogynist and disgusting. Because I thought the Pepe was supposed to be their person, their thing as fascists. But they've made the Pepe Saudi. So are they acknowledging that they actually want a Saudi system here?
I don't know. They're maybe a little bit confused, but the idea is that refugees, because the sign says back there, refugees welcome, will overcome the white goodness of Sweden.
I get that, but the refugees are Pepes.
Yeah.
And if anything, their sort of gender politics and interest in the Jew question might have some interest in the Saudi court.
Well, you could probably sit them down and try and
or
disaggregate,
not.
right?
Or not.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
In other messages, members of the group discussed dressing up as an ICE officer to aggressively grapple Latinas and deport them, and alluded to watching lowly hentai, which is a form of anime porn depicting girls. So there you go. Back in 2017, the New Yorker reported that a top Turning Point official texted, "I hate black people." Turning Point also invited an activist with a history of anti-Semitic remarks to the influencer retreat. Let me just say this.
To the influencer retreat.
Maybe I should get a promise from Charlie Kirk that he will not Jew hate on me during the debate. But I feel like he probably...
It's weird how this keeps happening. With them.
It's weird. You know, a lot of times these groups get infiltrated so that they can pose as loyal members. Like this happens all the time with...
Well, some guy infiltrated a DSA meeting in D.C. apparently and just recounted their minutes that they probably could have gotten from Facebook. But.
Well, yeah, but there was a lot of parliamentary hijinks in that meeting that he reported on. No, this, if you'll remember, like, gosh, members of like the Nazis. Like they were infiltrators. They were Nazi infiltrators into the Nazis who made the Nazis look bad.
By the time we were totally infiltrated, we were committing genocide.
You don't know who to
That
trust.
was never the intention. We just merely wanted an environment in Germany where people could speak freely.
Look, it's unfair to hold the whole group responsible for a few bad apples and leaders. Okay? I challenge anyone out there to form any type of conservative group and not have to run into some of that.
Right.
It's just a difficult thing to do.
Right.
So...
Because obviously most young people who have bizarre fixations about Western culture and weird sexual issues and otherwise
Michael,
have no...
I know you're being
kind of
sarcastic.
No,
you're being
totally
sarcastic, but you're missing the point.
They're like Newt Gingrich.
I challenge anybody. You can say this is Charlie Kirk's fault, but I challenge anybody here.
Oh, no.
To round up an organization of more than, let's say, 25 conservatives and have them not be racist or have a problem with Jews
Let's
or
do
women.
10.
Okay, or 10.
I'd like to be extremely fair.
I think that's going to be difficult.
And fair-minded.
So I don't care who you are. So before you cast the first stone, you go out and try and find 10 to 15 to 25 conservative people, put them in a room and find one that's not, tell me they're free of people who are going to joke about being anti-black or anti.
Let alone you want to start a national organization.
I just know I feel bad for Kirk because I know how upset he was when the Crystal Clanton stuff came out. The National Field Director that said, "I hate black people, like fuck them all. I hate blacks." End of story. That's what she said. And you think you turn over a new leaf and then you fall right back into the same old habits.
When you're like, actually, I got into this business because I'm so concerned about the plight of the black family.
It's super hard.